Okay, so when you're cutting your paint protection, you really have to make sure that you have your make, your model, and your trim. So one of the things that you can do is obviously check your work order sheet. This will be online, so it might not look like this for you anymore if you're watching this video in the future, but this is what it should look like, or it might be a little bit different. But for this video purpose, it's just for training. So just keep in mind that it might look different for you going forward. So the customer fills out this top section, or the accounts manager does. As you can see, the year, make, and then there's no model in here because most times customers don't know what their model or their trim is. So that is super important when you're going to cut your paint protection, because if you do not know the trim, so say it's a limited or platinum, the front bumper is always going to be different than the base model vehicle. So you have to know exactly what you're cutting before you cut it. So the number one thing you can do first is check your work order. If the customer doesn't know it, they're probably not going to fill it out. So you're going to have to go and find it on the vehicle. So either you go and find the badge on the side of the vehicle that says limited or LTD, anything like that. Or if there's no badges, say it got debadged from the previous owner or something like that, you're going to have to go find their registration. Or if you can't find that, then you're going to have to call the customer and ask them what it is. If they don't know, you're going to have to go to the machine and look at the different patterns and see, okay, that looks like that. Take a picture of the bumper or the front end, and then go to the computer and see which one matches. That usually doesn't have to happen, because you can usually find it off the badge or off of the registration. So that being said, the number two thing is obviously go check the vehicle. If you do not have this information on here, you need to check the vehicle. And again, I'm not going to stress this enough probably, but you have to check the year of the vehicle as well, because sometimes people think their vehicle's like an 05 instead of an 04 because of the date stamped on their VIN card. So down below I have another video on that, so I want you to definitely watch that video so you understand what the VIN code, what the numbers mean, because it'll just say 04, 05, or it'll say 09, 010 or 10. So I want you to understand when you're looking at that what that means for the year, because when it's after 09, so after September, it actually goes into the next year's vehicle. So if it's a 2010 and it says 09 on there for the month, it actually means that it's a 2011. So you have to pay attention to those things. So make sure you go and watch the video below to check that out. And then also, that being said, just double checking to make sure that even when you do get your trim kit in there, that you're looking for the PDC. And remember, the PDC are the sensors on the bumper. So if it has PDC, if it has a tow hook cover, things like that, because you're gonna have to actually either cut those out or not cut them out, because if you cut it in the pattern and you go to put it on the bumper and the bumper doesn't have it, you are gonna see where those holes were. So double, triple, quadruple check to make sure you're cutting the right bumper before you get started. So jump on the video below and check out the VIN number.